$60,000 to get into debt to get a history degree, you need to replay that last call. You need to listen to what just unfolded. A lady came out of college with a history degree and $60,000 in student loan debt. She and her soon-to-be ex-husband ran up $50,000 in credit card debt, borrowed $10,000 on the car, and Daddy tried to help her and loaned her another $20,000. She's got $136,000 in debt and a $20,000 income. Did you hear that call, America? And you and I, as the taxpayers, guaranteed the loan that led her down this primrose path, and we call that a student loan. And we call that a help to our culture. I missed where the lady got helped. Oh, by the way, it's not bankruptable. It never goes away. It's a single mom trying to feed 3 kids, and half of her debt is for a history degree. And her answer to make more money and get a career is go back to school again. Somebody please smack me. Unbelievable. Do you hear the messaging in this? There's something broken, and I'll tell you what it is. It's called student loan program, and it's called you parents. Here's an idea, parents. Parent. Look at your 18-year-old child and don't look at them like they have any sense. They walk around in adult bodies. They don't have any sense. They don't have sense. They're going to go 60 and 80 and 120 and $140,000 in debt to get a history degree. Degrees. Well, for goodness sakes, if you're going to do that for it, in cash. So you don't have this hanging around your neck. So what's she going to do? She's going to have to retool in her, get her income. Have the backbone, dads, moms, to look at your child and say no. That you're on, that career path that you are tracking, and the amount of debt you're going into, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm going to look at you and say, you are stupid. No. Love your child enough when they're 17 and 18 years old to assist them in choosing a reasonable career path with no debt. No, you can't go out of state. You don't borrow money to cross the state line. That's known as stupid. Stupid. You go to the University of Tennessee if you live in Tennessee. If you live in Alabama, you go to Auburn or you go to Alabama. If you graduate from one of those 3 schools and you've got a good degree in whatever field you're in, to cross the state line and quadruple the cost of doing it and not have the money to pay cash for it is stupid. Stupid. What'd you pay? Well, I went deeply in debt. To do what? So I could go out of state. What? You went into debt to go out of state? You didn't go into debt for your education. You went into debt so you could live in a 1-bedroom apartment with a jacuzzi and a skylight and a racquetball court? And you called this your college experience? Somebody ought to smack you into next week. They should have been your parents who loved you enough to stop you from doing it and not participate. This stuff drives me bananas. Because now I got this little sweet little lady. Bless her little heart. She's just broken. She's trying to raise 3 kids on her own. She's got $20,000 a year. You understand that's below the poverty level. And she's got a history degree with $60,000 in credit card debt, or student loan debt, and $50,000 in credit card debt to go with it. And I could go off for 2 hours on that one too. But parents, please parent, because your government is stupid. It is we, the people, the taxpayers, we're so stupid. We're so enamored with the acquisition of degrees that we have agreed to guarantee loans for 18-year-olds who have no job history and no assets. Any banker that made this loan would be fired for incompetence. But you and I, the taxpayers, are guaranteeing this, all in the name of the acquisition of sheepskins. Because if you don't get a degree, you can't win. No, honey, if you're stupid, you can't win. Almost everybody listening had a student loan. And so, what am I saying? I'm saying this is a bad philosophy. And the only way to preempt it is to educate the moms and dads and encourage them to be good parents, and educate the 18s and 17 and 16-year-olds and encourage them to only pay for education, not for crossing state lines, unless you've got the cash to pay for it. And don't go somewhere to school and run $500 in debt to get a history degree. You'll be what's known as screwed. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Okay, you guys, if you liked what you heard today, there's a lot more to come. So make sure to watch our next episode all about wealth building. The advice in these videos has helped millions of people change their lives. You don't want to miss it. In the meantime, make sure to share this video with a friend who loves a little drama. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
the next chapter in your story to be Baby Steps Millionaires. I just met some out here a few minutes ago, so young ones too. Very good job, you guys, and a copy of Total Money Makeover for you to give away. $100,000 paid off in 38 months, making 102 to 143. Caleb and Katie in Boise, Idaho. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
This is how it's done, boys and girls. Love it. Man, they're free. They're free. This is the Ramsey Show. This is the Ramsey Show. Ken Coleman, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today. Open phones at 888-825-5225 as we talk about your career, your job, your mental wellness, your relationships, your money, everything. Hey, if you've done something stupid with money, welcome to the human race. If you've done something stupid with money, you know what that makes you? Over 12. Every one of us have done something stupid with money. Even Ken Coleman has done stupid stuff with money.
Yeah, got a whole
Even Ken
folder.
Coleman.
Whole folder.
I mean, I've made a living telling the story of me doing stupid with zeros on the end. I've done a lot of stupid things. And years ago, I decided on the air that when I do something stupid with money, and it costs me money, I call that money that it costs me stupid tax. And we've all paid some stupid tax. My goal is to never pay the same stupid tax twice. Don't make the same mistake twice. And start calling it, because at some point it's not making a mistake. At some point it's just stupid. You know, but if you've lost money doing something stupid with money, then you have paid stupid tax. And we're going to gather up. We have heard some absolutely hilarious, endearing, fun, and inspiring stupid tax stories over the years. We used to do a whole hour, a theme hour of stupid tax stories, and it was comedy. We would all just laugh together at how stupid we all can be. It's not calling somebody stupid, it's calling what you did stupid. I'm not stupid, but I have done some stupid things. There's a difference, a big difference. It's not an identity, it's not shaming. Dave, you're shaming people. No, I'm not, you little snowflake. I'm shaming your misbehavior. There's a difference.
Yeah, you're just laughing from the lessons learned.
Yeah, I mean,
By the way,
ouch, that left a mark.
Might as well laugh about it, and if somebody else can get some, we hear this over and over. Here's why I love the stupid tech stories. In some ways, they're very much like the debt-free screams. You hear call after caller, people staying on our stage go, I listened, I watched, and I got inspired. Well, when other people hear your stupid tech stories, and they're in the middle of stupid, they're not going to judge themselves as much. They see you on the other side and laughing.
That other guy was stupid, just
And
like
so
me.
it's not only entertaining, it is really life-giving.
Yeah, it's shame removing, not shame giving. For those of you concerned about the shaming issue,
Oh, and trust me, people are.
shame on you, Dave.
That's
I've
a bad
lost
word.
all respect for you, Dave. I'm sorry, I wasn't taking a poll. Okay, stupid tech stories. We need some stupid tech stories because we're going to start featuring them again here on the air. So, upcoming segments on stupid tax, I want you to go to RamseySolutions.com/ask, RamseySolutions.com/ask, which is actually the portion of the website dedicated to Kelly, because people send Kelly messages there, and most of them are nice, and most of the messages she sends back are nice. So it is Kelly. So, yeah, you go to RamseySolutions.com/ask. Put stupid tax in the subject line. Give a little brief description of the time that you paid stupid tax. And Kelly will contact you. She will be nice. She will not shame you. And she will laugh with you. We will laugh with you, not at you. And
Does she, when she reaches out to people, she go, hey, that really was stupid. We'd love to have you on the show.
that's awesome. That is so stupid. We need you on the show. I don't know how she does it. We'll have to find out.
Okay.
So, RamseySolutions.com/ask. Put stupid text in the subject line, and you can be part of the show. We'll feature you either as a caller, telling your story, or we might even feature it in long form and written. But if you send us like 7-page emails, it doesn't translate to radio.
It's not going to
so
make it.
It doesn't make it. 1 page is 1 minute.
That would be stupid.
Well, for different reasons.
Yeah.
All right, Jake is with us in St. Louis. Jake, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey Dave, hey Ken, how you doing?
Better than we deserve, brother. How can we help?
Had a quick question. So I've been teaching leading up to you, and I just finished financial coach master training, and I've been telling people for years about HELOCs and stuff that are just a credit card attached to your house.
Exactly.
But I had a quick question. My wife and I were walking in our neighborhood, and one of our neighbors told us, "Hey, I was looking to move, but housing market's crazy, and my banker told me I have $70,000 of equity." So I don't know if he did a cash out refinance or whatever, but was doing, instead of buying a new home, he was upgrading his home. I guess my question is what is the difference between doing that, as long as you're doing it to actually upgrade your home, and just buying a new home and financing all of that stuff already in the home?
Well, the biggest thing is these are repairs or updates you should have been doing all along. And so they don't come at you at $70,000 in one bill. And if you can do them $70,000 in one bill, you can do them in phases, and you can cash flow them. And then you don't need to add the debt. Obviously, you know from Coach Master Training that even with a mortgage, we're going to teach you to get out of the mortgage. So we don't want you every time you want a nicer home to move up in home or to renovate your home, either one. We want you to pay cash for doing either one of those things, because ultimately we want to end up being 100% debt-free. So I would reframe the approach and say, instead of let's figuring out a time that debt is okay, let's always figure out a way to avoid it. And just not even ask the question is my point. Your neighbor didn't ask you for coaching or me. And so, but had they asked me for $70,000, I'm going to guess and say he probably could have cash flowed that in 24 months. Or maybe 36 months and done it in 3 projects, because it's probably not just one thing. And if it is a $70,000 single improvement, that's highly unusual. Highly unusual. Now you could do a $200,000 addition to a property, and that would not be unusual. In that case, I just move personally. In almost every case, and you hear me say that all the time. But even when you move, you're moving into a better property, you're going further into debt. Now you got to turn around and reverse the process again and start getting out of debt again. And so I'm always trying to figure out a way to stop the borrowing, not figuring out a way that it's okay. Under what conditions is the borrowing okay? Instead of going that way, it's always figure out a way to stop the borrowing. Because see, what I did, Jake, as you know, is when I went broke, I vowed I never borrow money again. And so this is not an option for me. If I want to upgrade my house, I want to move up in house, I want to fix something in my house, there's only one method I can use. Because I'm never going in debt again. There's only one method I can use. I have to pay cash. Nowadays, we got more zeros on some of our projects. We're building a conference center on top of the hill here, right above this building, that's about $40 million. We're about halfway through it, a little more than halfway through it. I'm at about 26 million in right now, and we got about a year left. So that tells me I got about $2 million a month to cash flow this puppy out the door. And we're watching it cash on cash, cash on cash, cash on cash. And I'm from Antioch, Tennessee. I don't know where you came from, guys, but that's a lot of money to me. That still freaks me out. You start talking about $2 million for something, start talking about $2 million a month for something, that just blows my little country mind, I'll tell you. But that's what God has said we're able to do. We have the money. He's showing us to do it. We're doing it. And we're going to help a lot of people with that conference center, and that's a tool. And what we're doing with it is not something I'm buying for personal consumption. So, so again, if I want a conference center, I got to rent one. I got to use something around here and stack chairs too high. We have to have cubicles that are 2 stories or something in here until we can afford to do a different building, a better building, because we just don't borrow money. We just took it. Anthony O'Neill used to say it well when he was here as a Ramsey personality. He said, you have to take debt off the table. I never said it that way before him, but it's a good way to remember. Just take debt off the table. So my point is, Jake, not is it okay? You're probably going to be okay. But we're not trying to get to okay. We're trying to quit borrowing money. That's the new framework. So how can we do this and not borrow money? Or maybe we don't do it at all. We can. This is the Ramsey Show. What does he do?
He's an electrician,
why is he not covered up his work?
He's 84 years old.
Well, there's that.
He's, yeah. My husband's on over me.
So how old are you?
So he doesn't like, so he just gets to like us.
So how old are you?
69. hospital, and no one would even interview me.
Well, I didn't ask you that. I was saying, are you maxed out in the marketplace? Could
Is
you
there something else you can do with an RN that makes you more than you make now?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I mean, NP, but I couldn't do that because I don't have the experience in anything that you can get an NP in because I spend most of my time in the schools.
Yeah.
So I can't go for a postgraduate certificate program as a nurse practitioner because of that.
Right. Okay.
And I also work for my husband's business at night. You know, it's like I work all day in the school,
Yeah,
and whenever
listen,
I'm not
his
working
business
at
doesn't
home.
make enough money that you have to work for it much.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not. And he
Yeah.
also doesn't even know how to turn on a computer, so